and having a business doesn't always blend. You can run a bomb-ass business while your friend has a 9 to 5, or it can be vice versa. You two can potentially be working in different industries and also have different work schedules. That's where the topic ties in. So how to not affect a friendship with business and support your female. And so that's where I go for question number 4. I'll go to you, Corinne. Do you have any girlfriends in a completely different industry as you, and how do you balance your friendship?
Yeah, I think all my friends are in different industries than me. Like the friend that I was just with now, she's in the medical industry. However, she does work from home. Then I have my god sister who I've known since the 4th grade. And she actually is like the 5th grade, and she is in teaching. And I have another friend that's a mail carrier. So all my friends are in different industries than me. But it doesn't change anything. At the end of the day, it's not really about what you do for a living. It's more or less about the type of person you have that you are. Like
Definitely.
your intentions, if you're, a good person, if you're responsible. I mean, you can do anything career-wise. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, as long as you're happy doing what you're doing, it doesn't affect me.
No, definitely. That's how it should be. And the thing is just like a lot of females, like, I just notice like a lot of girls, whenever their friends are doing something like bomb and amazing, they see it differently. And even though like they could be friends, but no, that's amazing. And I agree with you. Like if you're, whatever you're doing, you should be doing your own thing, and your friends are doing their own thing. And in the end, they should just be happy regardless. And how about you, Tawana? Do you have any girlfriends in a completely different industry as you, and how do you balance your friendship?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I think what Corinne just said seems really nice. However, I've had a different experience with that. I don't really have a whole lot of friends because I work every day. So a lot of times, when you work, you don't really have time to, like, really socialize and things like that. But over the last, 5 or 6 years, I know a lot of people. I just haven't really been able to connect with them like that because, to me, when you're going in a different direction, I agree, it doesn't really matter what profession someone's in, but I think when you're on a different journey, sometimes you don't really have the compatibility. Sometimes you don't even really have something to talk about, if that kind of makes sense. Like, I've had people that I've known for a long time, and I love them and I adore them, but I can't talk to them more than 5 minutes because their mind is broke. Or they'll talk about going to some party and some event, and I'm like, oh, well, no, I'm working on this in my portfolio, or I'm looking for new places to do this and do that. And they're like, oh, girl, bump that. You can do that later. But they're not interested in financial freedom. They're not interested in time freedom. They're not interested in traveling the world. They're not interested in being part of changing the world. And people like that, and no offense, I don't really have a whole lot in common with. So to me, it does make a difference because I kind of like the commonality of, like being aggressive or being, about your business, being a girl hustler and so on and so forth. So, yeah, there's people that I've known that I just really haven't connected with simply because we've split. They went left and I went right. I still care about them. We just don't really have anything to talk about.
No, I agree with you because, like everything that you just described, I even noticed this, like, in my certain friendships because, like, I don't want to say that, like, they're so settled upon, like, what they're doing, but the thing is, like, they don't have the like-mindedness, like, what we have, like, as us girls here. Like, I know all of us ladies, like, we want the financial freedom and all that, but the problem is, like, they're not even, some women are just not willing to, like, hear something new, or they'll just be so settled about, like, a certain thing that, like, when you want to talk about, like, all of these amazing things, they don't even want to listen.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And so why waste all this time trying to discuss, like, all these amazing opportunities where like, their response will be like, oh, well, I'm happy doing this, or, like, maybe I'll look into it, like, in the future. Like once even my female friends show me no interest, I'm like, okay, girl, bye. I love you. Just do your hustle. I'll do mine. And then in the end, like at some point I'll notice, like, when I'm succeeding myself, all of a sudden my girls are like, oh my gosh, Kat, like, so how did you do that? And I'm like, girl, I told you a while ago what I was doing, but you gave 0 F.
Execution, Kat. Execution.
Exactly. Yes, 110%. And
absolutely.
so,
I'm with you.
yeah. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
And how about you, Kay? What kind of conflict have you came across other female friends while being in the same industry or job?
Honestly, I try not to interact too much with females that I work with because there's a whole bunch of passive aggressive cattiness that doesn't really sit well with me. I have to work really, really hard at like not saying the first thing that comes into my head. So when I'm at work, I just try to avoid females in general, to be honest, because otherwise I might say something and then feelings are hurt.
No, I agree with you because aside like all this business talk, just in general, sometimes it's just not worth to even like talk to a female. Like if they're just gonna like constantly bicker at you, or try and say something, because of course us females, we have hormones, we have mood swings, and it's like normal for us to say things, but like also in general, why are you gonna waste time in something that's not really gonna benefit you? But I agree with you. And how about you, Amanda?
Right.
What kind of conflict? Yeah, definitely. And Amanda, what kind of conflict have you came across other females while being in your industry or job?
I don't know. I kind of get along with everybody. So I definitely have friends that work in the same industry as me, and I definitely have friends that work in different industries. But I don't know, like one of my best friends is on my team, and thank goodness for her because I constantly have to lean on her because our company trains us in a way that I don't learn.
I see. So sometimes like you do see differences like whenever it comes across like your job and then your friend's job.
Her and I are just actually polar opposites, so we really complement each other really well, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely, and thanks for sharing. No, and that's like in some cases, I'm like I said, you'll have friends that'll totally support you, and they'll just either mind their own business or they'll just support you. Meanwhile, there's girls that'll always have something to say and like question your business, and sometimes you just don't have time for that. And so, like I said, female friends are totally important for us. However, in some cases, when we are busy with work, our businesses, or when we have the tendency to get so busy that there will be times you cannot make it to your friends' gatherings or meet with your friends as much as you used to. It's normal. Let's say you start a job or business, and at first it's not as busy, and it's easy down the road. And as you go down the road, it starts getting busy. Then you realize, oh my gosh, I don't have that much fun or free time. So this is where I go to question 6. When you started a job or hustle, have you ever experienced a time where your female friends were supporting you in the beginning, then fell off as you were succeeding? And Tawana, for some reason, my soul's been telling me to call on you first. So when you started a job or hustle, have you ever experienced? No, like I don't know how. Like my soul said, call Tawanda. So,
but you know what?
Question number 6.
I've had.
Go ahead.
I've had it happen, but I don't think it was a matter of. Well, first I want to comment on what Kay said about she doesn't really deal with women at work. I definitely can relate to that. But I've had that happen before, but I don't think it was because they really wasn't happy for me. I think it was just really, going left and then going right. But yeah, I've had that because sometimes sometimes just your mindset changes. I've been in network marketing for a long time. I started almost 17 years ago in a network marketing company, and I just want to share this really quickly because one of the guys was on a presentation, and he said, he's married with a family, he had like 3 kids, 4 kids, and that he said he told his wife, listen, baby, I got this company, we're going to make millions one day, I'm going to miss a few birthdays, I'm going to miss a few family reunions, but I got to work, and she understood that, and his friend said, you're horrible, you're not a good husband, you're missing birthday parties, and he said, listen, my daughter's birthday may be on Wednesday. I may have to celebrate on Sunday or even when I get back, but it's going to all pay off one day. And he talked about how you're going to get ridiculed from people who know you and love you when you have to fall off because you're working, but you have a vision. And I understood that. And guess what? About 7, 8 years later, when he made his first million, had go somebody, everybody was like, hey, we knew you were going to do it. We knew you were going to do it. So I always remember that almost 17 years ago he said that, and I've always been working towards that. So when things happen or I don't really see friends or they pull a different way, I'm okay because the vision is very clear and I see exactly where I'm going. And guess what? I still love them, especially if they're friends. But again, life is about change, and that's something we can always count on. So absolutely that's happened before, but it can't stop anything because the vision is clear.
No, definitely. Well, that's amazing, and thanks for sharing that amazing story. That's crazy. You said that he made like millions of dollars like down the road.
Absolutely.
Dang. Well, you're on the right path, Wanda. Like the funny thing is like a lot of people, they're only willing. I'm not saying you in particular, but like some people in particular, they're only willing to try something until they see someone succeed. And when that's also a good motivation, like when you're like, say if somebody's just like starting, they see someone like making millions, that's just a catalyst for them to want to do better. Because like for me, whenever I meet somebody like a successful woman, like, or like I know someone, or like I have the opportunity to network with someone amazing, I'm like, man, I need to be a millionaire like them. Like,
absolutely.
No, that's amazing.
And if I can just comment on what you just said, that is true. A lot of people are waiting for someone else. But one thing, like when I started network marketing, the guy said, listen, if you invest this, which was $149, and I can show you how to make $500 in 1 week, would that be good? I said, of course. And that's what I did. Because, and he said, now, it's going to take work from you because people want something, but they're not always willing to work for it. And I've been working ever since. And, again, when you know what your why is, when you know why you're doing what you're doing, failure is not an option. Being lazy is not an option. And guess what? Your associations are everything. I learned a long time ago with the laws of association, it says, show me who your friends are, and I show you who you are. And you're the average of the 5 people that you are around. So I protect my associations with my life because I need rich friends. And when I say rich, I don't mean money. I mean rich in mindset. People that's going to work and that's going to get it. And that's how I live my life.
Amen. And that is so true. That's how I am too. I always say those 5 people you hang out with, you become those 5 people. So if you hang around like 5 people that don't have their life together, they just want to party and have fun and not like have a purpose in life, you become them. That's the funny thing. Well, thanks for sharing, Tawanda. You always have some wise words to say.
Thank you for letting me share.
Well, anyways, so we're getting a little full house here tonight, and so I did get 2 new callers, 214 and 916. How are you ladies doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi. Name your state and where you're calling from.
It's me, MJ, and I'm calling from Corona, California. It's in Riverside County.
Nice. And so we're talking about supporting your female friends when they're in a different industry. And what industry are you in?
I'm in entertainment, but I'm also in the massage industry, so I have my hands in a few different pots. So I make music, but I'm also a stretch therapist and massage therapist.
Nice. So you're a multi-hustler. That's amazing. And how about you, 214? Hello, 214, are you there?
Hello.
Okay, well, anyways.